Hello, people. Me again. Another beautiful day or night. Yep. Hope your 5 senses work. Hope your health and strength is good. What? Now, and to you Xbox fans, what's up? Xbox Tribe, Xbox Nation, Xbox Universe, Xbox World, Xbox Legion was good. Xbox Mob was up with it. And the Xbox Squad. Look, Microsoft, is getting another supporter in this Activision Blizzard deal. They agreed to this deal. And to me, like I said yesterday, the Federal Trade Commission, to me, is a bunch of Sony fanboys. And to me, their lawsuit is really has no merit. They're trying to make up some type of fake story and try to sell it. Has no merit. But my question still remains the same, though. Where were you at when Sony had exclusive rights to Spider-Man and Xbox players couldn't play Spider-Man on Xbox One? Where were you when Sony was hitting Xbox with all those time exclusive? Like, did you see what PlayStation was doing, and then you probably turn a blind eye and act like you didn't see it? So to me, the Federal Trade Commission is just wasting their time with this lawsuit because, 98% out of 100 agreed to this Activision Blizzard deal, and Sony only started complaining after the deal was done. They didn't step in right away when Activision Blizzard was going through their turmoil. Sony did not see the Activision Blizzard turmoil as an opportunity to own Activision Blizzard. Just imagine if Sony would have bought Activision Blizzard before Xbox, and the Federal Trade Commission would have never done anything. They would be supporting Sony, but since Microsoft beat Sony to the punch with this, the Federal Trade Commission want to step in, and try to make some false claims, But to me, they're just wasting their time because the deal is already done. If all the shareholders, you got 100% of the shareholders, right? 98% of them agreed to it. So if 98% didn't agree to this deal, didn't agree to the Activision Blizzard deal, then Microsoft could never purchase Activision Blizzard. But since 98% out of 100 all agreed to this and they want to see this deal go through, then hey, Microsoft has all the rights, And Sony didn't see this as an opportunity to get Activision Blizzard when they were injured, when they were wounded, when they needed help. Sony only cared more about Call of Duty. They cared more about a game than a company, So when Microsoft saw that, they just said, okay, what should we do? Should we get involved? Is it any of our business? Should we care? Should we help them? Do we need them? I mean, what benefit is Activision Blizzard to us? Do we really need them? Should we really care? And I guess Phil Spencer light a fire under the heads at Xbox. Like, look, we cannot let this keep lingering. We cannot let this Activision Blizzard turmoil keep going on. It's looking bad for the industry. We got to do something. Okay, what should we do? Okay, take 70 billion. Go get them. Done. Okay? So while Sony and Nintendo had all that time to step in, they didn't do anything. Microsoft did. So Sony and Nintendo didn't see that as an opportunity to own Activision Blizzard. All they cared about was Call of Duty. Microsoft saw that. Okay, oh, you don't own Activision Blizzard. Okay, we got this. Boom, got him. But anyway, look, says here, Microsoft gets an unexpected supporter in acquiring Activision Blizzard. This is real. The union wants Microsoft to buy The unions want Microsoft to buy Activision out, and they have good reasons to. Says here, in a surprising move, the AFL-CIO has revealed a letter supporting Microsoft acquisition of Activision Blizzard King and criticizing the FTC's decision to block the purchase from going through. My. It says here, the American Federation of Labor and Congress of Industrial Organization is a collective of worker unions and organizations all across America. As a labor group made of other labor groups, they take direct actions with the purpose of helping workers secure their rights. Says one of the members under the group is the Communication Worker of America, a fact that it's relevant to this sudden action. But first, let us look at what the AFL-CIO said in their letter. Tables have turned, people. Uh-oh. Come back here. Tables have turned. Says here. Uh-oh. Almost got it. Okay. Now we got it. Here we go. Says here, as you may have noted, the AFL-CIO name drop both the Communication Worker of America and the European Commission. The European Commission is not done in their investigation of this purchase. However, they did send a correction to the FTC, pointing out that they approved Microsoft purchase of ZeniMax without any concessions. The EU believed that there would be no competition concerns for that purchase, regardless of what Microsoft did with the company and their games. The Communication Worker of America has a more direct connection to this story and to Activision Blizzard King itself. It says the CWA has been working on behalf of Raven Software and Blizzard Albany, two developer groups under Activision that successfully unionized. Activision has been facing harassment and discrimination lawsuit related to this unionization. In their most recent action, current Activision management, not Microsoft, sued California Civil Rights Department for mishandling this harassment suit. To make things simple, union groups like the AFL-CIO and CWA have been fighting with Activision for some time now over the unionization of their workers. These actions by the AFL-CIO reflect their belief that the current management at Activision will continue to block any attempt of their workers to lobby for their rights or unionize. Yeah, it says here, this was not a random of spur of the moment decision by these union organizations to join Microsoft. As we report earlier this month, the CW takes Microsoft leadership in good faith and would prefer that they take over the management of Activision Blizzard King. This would also be consistent with Microsoft's recent history of working with unions. And it says here, but for what it's worth, the letter shared by the AFL-CIO also suggests that the workers themselves do not believe there are competition concerns for the acquisition, at least when it comes to the workers at these game companies. It may certainly be surprising turn of affair, but this add dimensions may also turn things around when it's come to getting this acquisition approved. Source AFL.CIO. And there you have it. They want Microsoft to take Activision Blizzard over. Okay? Like they say on Call of Duty Black Ops 4. First come, first serve. You know, Microsoft have the resource and the manpower to take over Activision Blizzard. Okay, and they saw this opportunity and went straight for it and didn't look back. And now you have others. Now they have a support now. They have another supporter in all this. You know, so the FTC now, to me, Federal Trade Commission, look like a bunch of Sony fanboys. You know, that's trying to help out Sony. But the FTC really need to ask Sony, okay, why didn't you jump at this? Why didn't you step in? What were you doing when all this was happening? What were you doing? You know? And Sony or Nintendo didn't make a move. And Microsoft saw this as an opportunity and they said, okay, full speed ahead. And they went in and got them. You know? And the shareholders, they in turn, since Activision Blizzard already knows Microsoft and know their history, they all went in with this. You know? So to me the deal is done, man. You know, Sony need to really like do some self-examination, you know, because you know they have studios that create shooters too. So what happened to those studios, you know? What happened to those games that they have? Those games have had a user base. You know? How comes they weren't consistent? You know? Activision has been consistent, you know, with their games. They always been. And Call of Duty is living proof of that. You know? So, yeah. Other than that, man, but the workers, they all agreed to this too, you know. So, I mean, this was a good move on Microsoft's part, you know. I mean, because they do care about the industry, you know. So, you notice like when they made the move, it's not like when they bought Activision Blizzard, they didn't do what EA did to studio, like what EA would do to studios when they buy them. You know, everybody still has their jobs, you know. I mean, when they bought ZeniMax Bethesda, people still have their jobs, you know. Like the article says, they trust Microsoft, you know, with good faith, you know, that they keep their word, you know. So to me right now, this deal is it's done, man. You know, and all this trying to block the deal, and you know, because I mean this is also about unions too, you know. Creating a union within these game studios so these employees can be protected, you know. So you know, Microsoft was right about it. You know, they were right about this, you know. They took the lead in this. You know, they did something about it, you know. Just imagine if Microsoft never bought Activision Blizzard. The situation would still be escalating right now. People would be still talking about what's happening at Activision Blizzard with all the employees. Microsoft put an end to all that. They just swooped in and said, okay, it's not what you can do for us, it's how can we help you. And that statement by Phil Spencer carries a lot of weight, man. How can we help you? So with that statement, it means that okay, we're bringing new communication skills, new work ethics to Activision Blizzard, so things can get back to normal, and they get back to what they do best, to making video games, man. So yeah, Microsoft did right on this. They did right. You know, Sony and Nintendo really need to look at themselves, you know. Really need to look at themselves and ask themselves this question: What are they in the video game industry for? What is their main purpose in this video game industry? They really need to look at themselves, you know. Because like Phil Spencer says, sales ain't the end all sales ain't the end all be all to video games. So Sony and Nintendo need to look themselves in the mirror like, okay, what are they in this video game industry for? I mean, you saw Activision Blizzard going through their problem, and you never stepped in. You never offer any aid or any assistance. What are you guys in the video game industry for? That's the question that Sony and Nintendo really need to ask themselves. All the employees at Sony and all the employees at Nintendo need to ask themselves this question. What are they in the video game industry for? What is their main purpose? Because what this Activision Blizzard deal did was expose them. Huh? Activision Blizzard is a big company, man. And they got internal issues. And you're a console manufacturer, and you've been in the industry for years. And you see a company like Activision Blizzard. I mean, with Call of Duty is one thing. Then there's StarCraft, World of Warcraft, Candy Crush and all that. And they're going through issues. And you're sitting on the side seeing this happen. And you didn't do anything. So the question now becomes, okay, what is your main purpose? And what are you in this video game industry for? You know, what are you here for? That's what they need to ask themselves, man. But other than that, man, Microsoft did right on this. You know? And the FTC now, Federal Trade Commission, really need to look at themselves too. You know? They really need to look at themselves, because Microsoft did the industry a nice favor too. You know, they didn't sit there and let the situation keep escalating to make the video game industry look bad, to where every day you wake up, all you hear about is turmoil at Activision Blizzard. You know, Microsoft stepped in, so the FTC now, they themselves need to look in the mirror too. You know, because when Sony was doing all those time exclusives, what was the Federal Trade Commission doing? Nothing. Okay? When they were hitting Microsoft with all those time exclusives, why didn't the Federal Trade Commission didn't step in and say, okay, Sony, enough of that? You know, they didn't do anything. So they need to look at themselves, man. But other than that, man, this Microsoft did right. You know, they did right. You know? They stepped in and they said, okay, how can we help you? Okay. The gaming industry is gonna grow. You know, the moves that they've been making. You know, the game industry is not it's not dead. You know? The game industry is still moving on. You know, so yeah, but you know, this thing will come to a close soon. Anyway, I'm gonna leave this video for y'all to enjoy. Nice talking to you people again. Chris, still Star Wars and Star Trek thing. Dark side. Go. Face.